It's happening, isn't it? It's happening. It's all happening. Everything that needs to happen for Rodgers to become a New York Jet is happening. He needed to actually reach whatever decision he needed to make about wanting to continue to play. He needed to reach that decision. He needed to communicate something to the Green Bay Packers that made them say, okay, you can talk to him. You need the Packers to reach to a conclusion to be fine with Rodgers wanting to talk to somebody else, or at least them allowing that to happen. You needed that to happen. Then you needed Rodgers to actually start talking to the Jets. These things are all happening.
These things are all happening.
But I thought they were supposed to be talking in New York. Now they're flying out to go see him. So he wasn't in New York?
Yeah, according to Rob Domofsky and Dan Graziano and Diana Rossini of the ESPN, the Jets have flown on Woody's private plane.
Why not?
To California to meet with Aaron Rodgers in person. They land soon.
Very good.
Green Bay's obviously given New York permission to speak with Rodgers.
So Rodgers wasn't in New York at all?
He was not.
Okay.
So they might have been talking on the phone, and now they're flying out
to the coast.
Coming out to the coast to sign a few contracts and win some football games.
They're not flying out there without knowledge that they'll be greeted with an open arm or an extended hand.
Yeah.
They're not flying all the way out there just to
Air Johnson.
just to twist his arm. You know?
They got papers in their hand.
They got to make a deal with Green Bay.
All right, I'm beginning to get into this idea.
Oh, now you're coming around. Now you're coming around.
Rich is sounding like Penny Lane and Almost Famous.
Because all that other stuff about how it's going to happen with his handling of what the New York media might dial up for him, and everything else that's outside of the realm of football, and my concerns about everything. At some point, that's why you can't spell fanatic without fan. That's why,
Is everyone going to show up to his welcome press conference like Tebow?
You know what? Yeah, the Jets won't unveil him during the owners' meeting, right? Like the Jets did with Tebow.
Nobody was there.
No, this will be a red carpet.
Oh, yeah.
This will be a red carpet rollout. Him standing there, and it'll be lights, camera action in a way that I know he's got to be ready for. And hopefully he attacks this with an open mind that this is a great way to finish up his career in New York City, where the city never sleeps, where he can be king of the hill, number one. And if he Namath said he could have his number, which is kind of nuts. Yeah. So he can actually keep his number, take it off, and become the other number 12 to actually win the Super Bowl. Jet fans will not care a single thing that he says, and that's why he's got to go win it. So now I'm kind of like I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work out.
You're like me, Rich.
But if he wants it, if he's really the whole idea of all in, I'd love to see him back shoulder his way to Garrett Wilson. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Quite the 180.
It's not like I didn't want it. I just didn't. No. Don't say that.
Like that.
No. It's not that I didn't want it. I also just said I wanted, the young kid. I want to go with a young kid. They're sitting there at 13. If they're not going to go draft somebody else, and he's going to give him 2 years, at that point in time, Zach will be,
You should know for sure what you have with Zach, right?
At that point in time.
If for 2 years he doesn't get it,
then it takes the pressure off, as Joe Banner said earlier. There's no shame. Like, you're not sitting there hanging your head in shame that it didn't work out here, that you're bringing in Aaron Rodgers.
You should be happy.
I got to stop thinking negatively. All the negative thoughts need to be gone. Except that here's the negative thought now. Now you get to this point. How does this not get done?
now you're going the other way.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to happen. How does it not happen?
Well, because now, everybody's, lifted the kimono here,
Yeah. It's going down.
How does it not happen?
Air Johnson landing soon.
This is going to happen.
In California.
This is going to happen.
It's all happening.
Who's on the plane? Joe.
Famous.
Salah. Who else?
Joe Willie.
I'm sure Woody's on the plane.
Joe Willie's on the plane,
Hackett.
Chris.
Joe Willie's wearing a fur coat on the plane.
Yeah, you got to bring Joe Willie.
Yeah, you think he's
Because he's got to give up his number.
Shows up Like
Did they
Friday
it-
in a fur coat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Namath is there. Gifts him number 12.
Yes.
It's the greatest day of your life.
It's not the greatest day of my life.
That's when
I've got
Taylor was
children.
born.
Got
If the
children.
Jets win a Super Bowl,
oh.
you'll be happier than the day your kids were
Let
born.
me just
Like,
tell you
be
something.
honest.
Let me just tell you something. Let me tell you something. I already told you I don't know how it's going to feel going to cover a Super Bowl, and if I ever see the word Jets in the end zone, I won't. It will not compute. It will not compute. And it's not just add Rodgers and they're going to win it this year. They have to compete. They've got to, they've got to get going. They've got to get everyone on the same page. I got to see a Rodgers camp, or I got to see Rodgers in camp. I got to see all of it. But I mean, I can't believe Rodgers is going to pull a complete Favre, leaving Green Bay and then going to the Jets. That's what I said earlier. I just can't believe that the Jets are in a situation where they're open to the idea because the kid that they drafted 2 years ago needs more seasoning. Whatever. I'm beginning to just. I got to put that aside. I got to put it all aside.
All I'm saying, Jets are 25 to 1 to win the Super Bowl right now. This is the best they're going to get. So if you're in now, because tomorrow,
it'd be
Thursday, Friday, when he signs, they're going to be like 10 to 1.
So that's your world. You should get on it.
Rockland, let's do that right now.
I want you to win the Super Bowl. Get out of here.
You wouldn't care.
Well, you wouldn't care? Why would you care?
You care. You got
Jets
90.
won the Super
Yeah.
Bowl?
Yeah, why would you care?
That would affect him.
That'd be like a
That would be
dinghy
like
for
the
them.
Eagles winning the Super Bowl for me.
That's not true.
It takes
it
away
is.
your identity,
You
too,
hate
Rich.
teams worse than the Jets. Belichick would have a problem
Yeah,
with it.
well, the Jets.
Seriously, the
You wanna
Jets
know
are
why? 'Cause
harmless.
The Jets
We're
have never won in my
harmless.
lifetime.
We're
They've
harmless.
never won in
Give
my
them
We're
one.
lifetime.
harmless
Well,
until
they've never
Aaron
won in
Rodgers
anyone's
shows up
lifetime,
wearing
Chris.
12.
Give them one.
I can't believe if Aaron Rodgers is going to actually. All right, I can't begin to wrap my arms around Aaron Rodgers
Thinking about it.
being
coming around.
the quarterback of my team. I can't.
Will you buy your kids
I can't.
Rodgers 12 jerseys?
They don't.
They're
as you
Pats
know,
fans.
Susie's got.
Yeah.
I did not, as my children were born in 2008,
But you're
all the way
excited.
to all that. Of course, I'm excited, but
Share the excitement down.
they don't care.
Trickle down excitement.
They don't care.
Trickle down.
They don't care.
Economics.
They don't
Pats
care.
fans,
They're,
bro.
they're Patriots fans in the household because I couldn't, as Brady was winning championships,
You did the right thing.
I put down my preemptory on the Yankees.
You were Spike Lee in this case.
There
You
was
did the
only
right thing.
one juror I could kick out of the room, and it was the Red Sox.
You could take one juror off the
You're
panel.
losing that battle, too.
Yeah.
4 to 1. Just saying.
So I can't. As I'm now. It's just beginning to just. It's dawning.
Yeah, dawning.
It's dawning.
Oh, yeah.
But in concept, when it was like they were on Carr, and Rodgers hasn't
You
made
were
his
in the
decision
car.
yet.
You were in the car.
Yeah.
No, because Rodgers was sitting in a dark cave, and I had no idea what he was going to do or say, and I didn't. And I thought to myself, him in New York, it may be a bad mix. It may be a bad brew. And now, if he's into the idea, and this is actually happening, I'm going to get all in, and I'm beginning to buy it. I'm beginning to get into it because I wouldn't be able to believe Rodgers is going to be the quarterback of the Jets. I just can't. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.